All right, I can help you with that. May I have your phone number with the area code first, please?
Area code 317-845-4400.
Thank you. Now, how may I help you today?
They will ask for the unit ID number.
Okay, may I have your digital unit ID number, please?
0012 F as in Frank 459 C as in cat 3 E as in Edward 6.
Thank you.
And send a hit to the satellite. The trip counter will increase by 5 numbers, indicating the satellite has been authorized to receive programming. The clock time should be correct, and free digital channels and subscription channels on G1 should now display a picture. At this point, your NPS agent will end the call, and you will be able to program in the remainder of your satellite locations. Oh, I had one more question. Would it be possible for me to add Showtime to my account? This is also a good time to download your channel guide, also known as the Interactive Programming Guide. Press Guide on your remote, followed by Info, in order for the guide to come in more quickly. Your guide will help in programming satellites by displaying the satellite, channel, and station ID. Tech tip. You can force a download at any time by moving to satellite G1, channel 3, and keeping it there for about an hour or two. Now we can start programming the rest of our satellites. Since we are in the western satellite area, we will continue going west so we can set our western limit. If you look at the satellite chart, you will see that satellite C4 is just west of G1, so we will program in this satellite next. There are no limits automatically set in your DSR 922 receiver. Select Options, then 6, Change System Settings, then 4, Change Installation Settings, then 4, Program Satellites, to program the next satellite. Select Satellite C4, which is the satellite immediately to the west of G1. Select Channel 9, and move to the dish position selection. Press the right arrow key to increase the 4-digit dish position number until QVC, a home shopping channel, appears. Tune in the channel by modifying the dish position and skew in order to obtain the best picture quality. You will also want to check a channel with the opposite polarity. So go to Channel 10 by pressing up on the Channel button. This should display the channel Home Shopping Network. If this channel is not quite clear, you'll want to adjust the skew until you get the best picture possible. You'll want to keep a note of what your skew settings are for both horizontal and vertical. These numbers should be the same for the remainder of the satellites you program in. The only possible exception will be Ku-band satellites, which we will discuss later. A more accurate method of tuning in your satellites is by manually peaking your dish. Once you have a picture on a particular satellite, move the dish east using your left arrow key until the picture goes away. Write that dish position number down. Then, go west using your right arrow key until the picture comes back into view, and keep on going until the picture goes away again. Write down that number. The signal peak is the number that lies halfway between those two numbers. Once you're satisfied with the picture quality of Channel 10, select Go Back, followed by Save C4 to save the satellite settings. You may also want to consider writing down the dish position numbers for each satellite. This will assist you with reprogramming satellites if they happen to get out of tune for any reason. Select Go Back again and select Set Limits. Highlight the west limits, then press your right arrow key on the remote. This will cause the west limit number to match your dish position number. Hold down the right arrow key and move the dish west until the picture on C4, Channel 10, starts to go away. If possible, you should have someone physically look at the satellite dish to make sure that you don't run the risk of hyperextending your actuator arm. Press the Go Back button to save. You have now set your west limit. With satellites G1 and C4 programmed, the DSR 922 should now be able to predict the location of the remaining satellites. The satellite location screen will provide an option to move dish to a certain position. The accuracy of this option increases with the number of satellites programmed and saved. As an example, using the Move Dish option to program satellite W9 while you are currently on satellite G1 usually won't be very accurate. It's better to use this option to move to adjacent satellites, for example from satellite G1 or C4 to satellite C3. The locations of the satellites can also be manually extrapolated. Since the satellites are 2 degrees apart from each other, the dish position numbers moving from one to the other will be approximately the same. Please keep in mind that all satellite installations vary, so the dish position numbers you see on this instructional video may not be the same as your own. These numbers are for example only. Now the satellites east of G1 can be programmed. Follow the same instructions for programming easterly satellites that were used for programming westerly satellites. To set your east limit, program in satellite W3. If you have already programmed in the 3 to 4 satellites in the west by this time, the Move Dish To function should give you a rough approximate dish position for W3. Set the receiver to channel 20, a free-to-air channel. After tuning in satellite W3 to your satisfaction, press Go Back and then Enter to save W3, followed by pressing Go Back again. Select Dish Limits and highlight East Limits. Use your left arrow key and move the dish east until the picture on channel 20 starts to go away. Press the Go Back button to save. You have now set your east limit. To program in satellite X4, you first need to have a Ku-band LNB attached to your feed horn. There must be a connection from the Ku LNB on the dish to the connection shown as K/V on the back of the receiver. The LNB type in the options 642 settings must also be set to one that lists Ku as a choice. Once your settings are correct, you first need to program C-band satellite G4, which is at the same approximate position as X4. Satellite G4 is located at 99 degrees west. G4 channels 15 and 16 are free-to-air channels, which can be used to program this satellite. After saving the settings for G4, go back to the Program Satellite screen and choose Satellite X4. Set the receiver to channel 603, a free-to-air channel, and you should see a picture. Then save your settings. Satellite GB is located at 91 degrees west. It is 4 satellite positions east of G4 and X4, and 1 satellite position west of W3. Starting at satellite W3, go to the Program Satellite screen and choose Satellite GB. Change the channel to channel 10, Shop at Home, and move the dish west until you get a picture. Then save your settings. If this message never goes away when you are trying to access the program guide, it could be caused by the following. With your remote, press Options 6, 4, and see if Allow Dish to Move for Updates is set to Yes. If set to No, use your left arrow key on your remote and highlight Yes, followed by pressing Enter. You should now see a check mark by Yes. If the dish is not allowed to move to satellite G1 channel 3 at night, the receiver will not be able to download the program guide for the next day. If the receiver is not turned off at night and left on a different satellite and channel than G1 channel 3, it will not move off that channel and satellite to go to G1 to get the program guide for the next day. You can force the receiver to download the program guide by going to satellite G1 channel 3 and holding the guide button down on your remote for a few seconds. If you are still not getting the guide, check the front of the receiver while on G1 channel 3 and see if you are getting a green DC light. If you do not get a steady green DC light while on G1-3, then your dish is being obstructed, or your SKU settings are off, or you may need to fine-tune your dish. For more information on fine-tuning your dish on satellite G1, please refer to the Programming Satellites section of this DVD. If you are seeing pixelation or breakup on your digital channels, or getting this error message, or this one, or this one, your dish is being obstructed, or your polarity settings are off, or you will need to fine-tune your dish. For more information about fine-tuning your dish, please refer to the Programming Satellites section of this DVD. Occasionally, you will see a message that looks like this for a digital channel, or this for an analog channel. If you see either of these messages, it means you may be on a channel that is not part of your subscription. If you are subscribed to this channel, you need to contact National Programming Service for a rehit. Online rehits are also available 24 hours a day on our website, located at www.callnps.com. Our website also contains useful information about the 4D TV receiver, hardware installation, programming your satellite receiver, program and package pricing, a Sky Channel chart, frequently asked questions, and much more.
Why can't my 4D TV receiver pick up all digital channels?
All digital channels are not encrypted in a way that the 4D TV can descramble, such as PowerView or Megapipe.
What do I do if my 4DT receiver won't shut off, change channels, or do anything at all?
The cause of this problem is either your remote control not working or your 4D TV receiver is locked up. First, try using the buttons on the front of the receiver. If they work but the remote buttons do not, try changing the batteries in your remote or reprogramming it. If that doesn't work, perform a soft reset by unplugging the electrical power cord to the 4D TV receiver, wait approximately 30 seconds, and plug the unit back in. If these steps do not resolve the problem, you will likely need to get your Motorola 922 receiver repaired by a qualified